Hey everyone, it's Vallen from Mischief of Mice. I'm here today playing a little bit of Guild Wars 2. Now there are multiple events going on, and I'm thinking about doing a new series. But before I get into that, I figured I would just do a quick one episode on the Halloween event that's going on. Now there, of course, are two major things going on. One, less of which, is probably the Halloween event. The other one, the more major event, is the new expansion of Guild Wars 2, and that is the Heart of Thorns. Now, I have actually already started my secondary, I guess. I don't know if she's primary, secondary. I play her as often as I play my other main, which is Vallen. But she is essentially a Dragonhunter, aka a Guardian. But I did try it out, and I'm gonna just give a quick overview of the things you can do for Halloween, and it's just so that you're aware of what kind of things going on around. Now, I'm not probably going to cover every tidbit, but I'll give you some of the basics about what's going on and some of the things you can do to have fun with it. And then what I'm thinking about doing later on is probably a series using Vallen here, my ranger, and have him go through the Heart of Thorns content as he slowly works his way towards becoming a druid. Now I might have enough hero points on him to start that path at the beginning, but I don't think I'll be able to get too far into it. And as I understand it, hero points in the Maguma Jungle area, or the Heart of Thorns area, they do count for 10 points whenever you get one of those challenges instead of just one, thus helping you advance much quicker and bringing you into the Heart of Thorns content. So, without further ado, let's get going with Valena here, and I'll be playing primarily as Dragonhunter, with also using a longbow as well as the hammer. And she's a very tanky build right now, and I really do enjoy that. And we'll see what we can do for the Halloween celebration. I hope you enjoy. And here we are in Lion's Arch, and I've spawned in close to an area here. If you look, there are several Halloween functions. I'll bring the main map up here that are primarily happening at the top. There's a little bit going on down below, mostly just vendors. But the main area is going to be these portals here are what you're really going to probably want to focus on for the Halloween event. And there is a little bit that you can do yourself. Before even going into those, there's a small jumping game here with this giant cauldron, which I'll show you that here. And there you go, you get turned into a random creature. Yesterday when I was playing this, I got turned into a small husk of a mummy. And you can see we've got some glowing skeletons over here as well. You get your different abilities. It's just a little mini-game option. You can always just click here and back out of it, and you're back in your normal form. So, what else can you do for the Halloween stuff? Well, randomly throughout the world, you'll end up getting trick-or-treat bags will drop from mobs. But also, there are these large portals like this. You see here the Mad King's Labyrinth. It looks really cool and spooky looking. Then there is the clock tower here, and there is the Ascent to Madness. Now, I have spent a large amount of time in the Labyrinth and the clock tower. I have not done the Ascent into Madness quite so much because it is a, as I'm going to demonstrate here, recommended players of 5, so that's a dungeon, essentially. The clock tower is a very difficult and timed, meaning your possibility of being killed instantly at any time, jumping puzzle. And then you've got the Mad King's Labyrinth, which is kind of an explorable area, and you can fight lots of different bosses by going essentially trick-or-treating. You'll get doors similar to these that will randomly spawn throughout the maze. Go to those, knock on the doors, and different bosses will come out with all of their minions. Kill those and you can get lots of drops, and you'll get tons of trick-or-treat bags. Now the advantage of getting the trick-or-treat bags for the for Guild Wars 2 is going to be that if you haven't already maxed out your Magic Find ability, you can get some serious Magic Find bonuses in these things. I mean, I played for maybe an hour or two just in the... where is it? Was it the Labyrinth? And when I was in there, we basically did a big Zerg rush around. I followed a commander with about 15 to 20 other players, and we ended up getting, or I ended up getting about 150 trick-or-treat bags plus a full inventory. And this is my inventory here of just random drops. I didn't get many yellows. I got mostly greens, blues, and colorless as far as drops went. But I did get about 150 of those trick-or-treat bags, which then had many different items in them, including your different cookies and different snacks that you could use to buff your character that, well, you get for free. You don't have to spend any money on. So I thought it was pretty cool. And of course, they've got bonuses in the Black Lion shop. They've got plenty of new armors and stuff that you can get. I haven't actually gotten into any of the end of the content of this, but I figured, hey, why not? We'll just try and mess around a bit and see if you guys can enjoy this. I'm going to do a little bit of a try on the Mad King's Clock Tower. Not too much, though, because it pretty much drives me mad. So, because as you probably just saw, not so good with the jumping puzzles. As I watched a few videos, I have seen some people do this before via that, but it's not really something I'll have a good chance of completing. Essentially, you spawn in with some other players that you're competing against. You have absolutely no skills. You might end up having some other benefits going on, but that's not really going to help much. And then you will need to get to the top of this tower as quickly as possible, jumping from piece to piece, as I'm about to demonstrate here. And if you're not fast enough, you'll get eaten up by the acid pool that's raising around the tower. So, first thing, get up on these steps as quickly as possible. And then you're going to want to wait right here. This is where a lot of people end up getting a bit disgruntled because they try and jump further and they can't. Eventually, this pops out, and then hopefully you'll be able to continue on from there. Whoa. I'm actually doing quite well, but I'm not going to make it. As you can see, I'm almost getting eaten alive by the different... Yeah, didn't quite make it there. Oh well. But you can see that's the essential idea of it. There are a few different chests up there. There's an area you can drop down and get a chest. There's a grand chest, I think it is, at the very top. You can get some really good loot out of that. And at the end of several rounds, a screen will pop up with the rest of the players. And I'm not sure if anybody ends up getting a... yeah, there you go. Personal score 0, top player 2. So you get different points based on how far you get and so on. And I think the lead player may end up getting something special on that. I'd have to check the wiki to be sure because I know I'm not going to be that lead player. So just so you guys know what this one's all about. Crap. And here it looks like the end has happened. As you can see, I've done exceedingly well. I have scored 0, as another player has scored 4. And it's probably just going to be one player, I bet you, is the only one that scored. That's where I'm going to put my money at least. And then if this countdown is done, there you go. Oh no, wait, looks like somebody else got a couple. So there you go, 4, 2, 0, 0. And wah-wah. You can keep playing through this, and eventually you may be able to figure out the best way to go. Myself, I find it a bit infuriating and difficult at times. So that's entirely up to you. And when you exit, you go into this little kind of lobby area. You can end up talking to the boatmaster to get back to Lion's Arch, or you can take the portal, and instead you'll go straight into the labyrinth. Now, if you go into the labyrinth, I do recommend looking on your map to see if you can find, see here, this is one of those doors that you can trick-or-treat at. This here, I believe, is also another one. I'm not 100% on that. But if you can find a commander or a large zerg of other people, it can go quite well. You'll find lots of carving pumpkins around. You'll also find plenty of bad guys. The one thing I did find is that, I've got to report this to ArenaNet, is that you've actually got to manually equip your bow if you are a dragon hunter. For some reason it unequips it when you go in there. As you can see, I was wielding it before. So I don't know if that's something with all of the secondary professions or not, but hey. So you can just run around with a group of people, usually the best way to go, and it makes it a little bit easier. Heading towards either your raw candy corn areas here, so that you can get bunches of candy corn. I mean, heck, there's lots of loot and drops to be had in here. Plus, you can always get experience just fighting lots of different guys. Pick that up. And you've got your central area here, which is just this really big tower. Now, I went up on top. I really didn't see anything there. I'm sure that there's some events that appear there as you progress through. There we go. Veteran king-size candy corn. Some of them are rather easy to kill. Others, a bit more difficult. I mean, these are just your standard enemies. You can probably end up sweeping through and killing a lot of these ones yourself. If you don't have a group. A bit slow progression, but you can also try and time it so that you've got a better chance of getting people. Right now, I'm playing on an through the American server from the UK, so it's not exactly the best timing. Though in a few hours, there's going to be a lot more people playing, and it is the weekend, so you know you kind of got that going where you tend to get a bit more random of players jumping in. But like I was saying before, if you can find a group or a party that's interested in sticking together, you can really do some damage in here. A lot of the, even the veterans and so on, aren't too bad to fight. Probably the most difficult one is going to be the legendary Lich skeleton that I ran into the other night. Now that was very difficult because he ended up killing the entire group of 20 people. Very easily, in fact. Had a major lifesteal effect, he did a ton of damage, and he spawned a whole lot of skeletons that were doing some serious damage. So this here is what we've been looking for, this chest. Alright, and oh, there's a carving pumpkin, might as well get it while I'm here. And then escape before that gargoyle ends up doing any damage. Alright, now I'm going to knock on the door. Trick or treat! And you'll see a new event pop up, defeat the strange foe that came through the haunted door. And in this case, it's a veteran gargoyle. Quite possibly the weakest foe that there is that you could actually go against. So don't judge this as the likelihood for all of the foes to be here. But yeah, see, there you go. That one was pretty darn easy. Then the door disappears, and usually a new one will show up somewhere on this map. There you go. You've got one here, got one here. If we end up working our way kind of northwest, we should be able to get our way to the next door. There we go. Almost to the next door. And you can see there's a raw candy corn vein right there. You can just start mining that. Get yourself plenty of candy corn, which gives you extra... It's consumable for sugar rush effect, or you can use it to craft recipes. Or, in my case, you can just sell it. Keep it for loot. It's worth quite a bit of money. Now, if there's a lot of enemies nearby, it might be best just to clear it out before you end up knocking on the door. So there you go. New person coming out. Grand High Viscount of Candy Corn. Anyway, that ended up not going as well as planned, but it happens. Smaller group have a bit more difficulty. Like I was saying, if you can get yourself a little Zerg going, then you probably have a good time just running through and kind of annihilating all the bad guys. But yeah, let's see if we can get into the last event, and I can give you guys a sample of what that's all about. And here we are in the Ascent to Madness. Got myself a quick pug, and I'm not talking about one of my dogs, though I do have 2 pugs. I'm talking about a pickup group, and we are all going to be just kind of running around in the Ascent to Madness.
Good to have you see me again. You may adore me now. Gather round, my subjects. Now, we shall play a game loved and feared by all of Tyranny for countless centuries. Shoot! Prepare yourselves for Mad King Sands! For all of you sad sons who don't know the rules, hear me now! You must do only what your Mad King says, and nothing else! Consider it a lesson. Ready? If not, that's unfortunate. Now! Your Mad King says...
That's how I do it.
Am I not frightening? Power!
Getting healthy.
Your Mad King says... Salute! Okay. What?
I'm amazing.
So another event is the Mad King Says in the center of Lion's Arch in the Grand Plaza. He showed up not long ago. I didn't have my recording stuff set up, but if you succeed, then you're a loyal subject. You end up being tossed in the pot for everyone to see. But if you end up complying and playing the game of Mad King Says, it's just like Simon Says, but, you know, make sure that he says Mad King Says first. You end up getting a couple of reward chests. And there you go, it's pretty basic stuff. Inside this one, you get a Mad King's chest key fragment. And the other... Oop, I got some trick-or-treat bags. So there you go. Just another little extra bonus. And there you go. You just saw a sample of the different activities that I found that you could do in the Halloween event for Guild Wars 2 during the weekend, which Heart of Thorns is released. I mean, I got a few items. Got some trick-or-treat bags, 10 slots. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that you could get that. Plus you can get, I got about 20 trick-or-treat bags, Black Lion chests, just a bunch of random drops in there. I mean, there wasn't anything fantastic, but I only just did like a few minutes of each, so nothing too intense. And there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to doing the progression of Vallen through the Druid Specialization, and I hope you guys will like that as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, please feel free to give a like, comment, share, or subscribe. And until next time, see ya.